What's up, people? Welcome to Throwdown, episode 218. I'm your host, Tony Polanco, and I'm joined by Emilio Lopez.
What's up, people? How's it going?
Carlos Romero.
I'm going to drop something later today, but I want to preemptively say happy early birthday to Brett.
Brett Murdoch.
I appreciate that. Thank you, and hello to everybody else.
The funny thing is, it's Brett's actual birthday in like a couple of days or something.
It's tomorrow.
Yeah. Anyway,
in a few hours.
Yeah, it's not a Throwdown birthday like Adam's is. Anyway, Adam Vale.
First shower of the year, feeling fresh.
And Mr. Brian Manjoma.
I don't think I'll be able to find my stuff in time.
Uh-oh. All right, no Chris action, unfortunately. He had a procedure done on his back, and he is too drugged up. So he's like, I'm just going to chill, But he's doing fine. He's doing fine. Nothing to worry about. It's just, the anesthetics and all that got him a little weird, so he'll be all right. Although I think he wanted to dodge this episode because we're going to be talking about Nintendo's success, and he doesn't want to eat more crow. But you know what? I'll eat that crow for him because I was in the same boat, I'll
Yo, man, you crowing?
Yeah, but but Manny, let me. I just need to borrow your little adobo thing, though.
Yes.
Anyway,
you want half the salt or the full brunt one?
Yes, brother. I'm gonna do one of those typical pocket things. So, Manny, how was your day? Actually, you did a stream earlier, didn't you? Like, I don't know. It's like, yo, man, I'm streaming. It's like, what?
Yeah,
Thursday.
I finished a very large project, which I cannot talk about, but you should be hearing about pretty soon. So I
Kingdom Hearts.
So I figured I'd do a little something which is hilarious. You mentioned Kingdom Hearts. It was actually a Kingdom Hearts thing that I was doing. I was doing a kind of alternate color job on a piece that I did
just
before.
threw a guess out there.
No, man,
because
it's
play
here.
Lotto.
So anyway, yeah, so it's on there for you guys to enjoy. Unfortunately, at some point in the time during the stream, my computer crapped out, so it stops, and then you can watch the second part of it. But yeah, it was not very long. Honey's Gaming, showed up for a little bit. A couple of other folks showed up, which is great. So yeah, feel free to watch it, or you can, let's watch it tomorrow on YouTube Premiere. Ooh.
Yeah. By the way, the project Manny's working on is. It's something related to art. That's what he's working on.
Yep, it's something art related.
Crazy.
That's a wide net right there.
Yeah, it's art, and it's something entertainment based.
Yes,
which could be literally anything.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, we were gonna do this segment at the bottom of the show, but we're gonna do it now because the anticipation is building. All right, so I just became aware of this thing that PlayStation is putting out, where you basically get to see your stats for all of 2018, and we were kind of comparing our stats beforehand. But I want this mic. Okay, Carlos, how are we gonna do this? Are we gonna do the mic drop moment now, or like how is this gonna work?
I think it could get spoiled while we're going through it. So.
Oh, I think I know what the mic drop moment is now.
So
I could be wrong, but I think I know what it is. I have an inkling of what it is. Does it involve?
Yeah.
I'm just going to say this. Does it involve 2 letters?
Yes.
Now Tony's picking up on it.
Like, hold on a second.
PT.
Hold on a second. I think I know what's going on here. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, we're going to go through all of ours time. Except, Brian, were you able to get yours? Because you're in England, some funkiness going on over there, right?
No, can't get it.
Boof. Say what you say before the show, man. Would you say to Sony?
Fuck Sony.
Yes.
So basically, like this whole thing that you guys are talking about, I tried to log into it, and it says that it's only available for people with account in the US and Canada. That's it.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. It's like I want to know Brian's stats, man. Anyway, yeah, let's go down the line. So, Manny, how was your year in PlayStation?
My year in PlayStation, mine is probably the most laughable. So
we'll see about that.
Apparently, I've only played 15 games this year. My top game at 128 hours is Monster Hunter World, which is earlier in the year. Second is Spider-Man, obviously, with 58 hours. And God of War is actually 48. Perfect 48, which is fun. Let's see. What else? Am I going through the whole thing here?
Yes, we're going through the whole thing, baby.
Oh, your top genres is action adventures, and it says RPG on the bottom underneath that. And I sort of, I guess I played 8 action adventure games that year. So okay. It says in 2018 you clocked 350 hours. I don't know.
You probably did, man.
I don't know. And
Now, was that up from last year or down?
It says hours. It says up from last year, which is kind of weird because I feel like I played more games last year than I did this year. It's a little bit of a questionable number there.
Where does that? I don't see that on mine.
It says it right there.
It's in the pink area after the MLB the show section.
MLB the show.
That's what she said?
Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah, just keep scrolling. Just keep scrolling down. You'll see all your hours clocked and all that stuff. Okay, Manny. What about locally and online?
Locally, it says I spent about 311 hours, and online it says I spent plus hours online 39 hours, which is weird because my hours on Monster Hunter World is the top. Shouldn't that be the brunt of it?
Yeah, that's going to be a trend.
Yeah, that's a trend for sure. Hey man, here's my favorite question, and wink wink, right, Carlos? How many hours you had in VR, bro?
0. The longest gaming streak is 11 hours.
Damn, that's more than me. Shit.
Days played in 2018. Apparently, I've played. It's 71 out of 365 days.
Damn.
I guess I played a lot.
This one's gonna be fun. When do you play the most and what day?
According to this, it says my prime hours are late night, and then it's Sunday. Is it? I guess so. I don't know.
Instead of throw down your questions, man, you've been playing on this.
Apparently, I play immediately after throw down your questions or before it. I guess makes sense.
All right, let's get to the fun stuff. Trophies.
The trophies earned. I've earned 137 this year.
All right.
1 platinum, which we know was for Spider-Man, and then 4 gold. 24 silver and 108. Of the bullshit ones, the bronze ones.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of fluff there. You can skip right to the end. And just tell us.
All the stuff that you said. Hey, you saved this.
This bullshit. What about what's your title?
My title? Okay. Well, here's an interesting thing. This is actually a weird breakdown. This is the summary of the year.
Yes.
So, in January, it was like I played 6. You can actually. It's funny because you see the amount of hours I kind of was able to play. So January, I played 662 hours. February, I played 70 hours. March, I played.
What's the month that you played the most?
Probably the most I've played is actually February, which makes sense because that's when things started getting real busy. Because I played 5 games in January, right? But then you go all the way down. And here's the weird one. In June, I didn't play any games and I didn't earn any trophies, but yet I have 10 hours of 10 hours on there, which is interesting.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's an interesting one. So yeah, my I guess my title is Fierce Adventurer.
Yo, man,
Fierce.
You like it? Yeah, you like adventure games, man, and fierce ones at that.
You fierce.
Yeah. All right.
Can I go?
Yeah, I was
going to say
next? Yeah, I was gonna say. Do you want to go next, sir?
Yeah, because it can only go up after me.
Damn. All right, go ahead.
So, for me, 2018, I played 19 different games. My top game was, and this part, I'm kind of confused because it says my top game is Monster Hunter World, which is no surprise, but it says only 102 hours.
Interesting.
But I'm pretty sure my game save says way more than this. So I need to check on that. The next game, Spider-Man, 28 hours. And then number 3 is Burnout Paradise Remastered at 21 hours.
Damn.
So my top genre is RPG. I think most people's is going to be RPGs, actually. Yeah. Total clocked hours, I'm not surprised. Because 2018 for me, I didn't really play that much, at least on the PlayStation. So 196 hours.
Yeah, see, Manny, you destroyed him.
Yeah, so Manny destroyed me on that one. It says 151 hours locally and 45 hours online, and that doesn't make sense. Like we talked about how Monster Hunter, we played over 100. Pretty much everyone played over 100 hours on that one, and I don't even have half that.
They can't be counting that as an online game, even though it is for some reason.
Yeah, the whole thing's online. It's weird, you know. But the thing is, when I saw mine, it said I spent 90 hours online playing Monster Hunter, which is bullshit. I'm like, but the whole game is online. So I don't know what they're counting as online for that game, you know?
So remember we talked about the section where it's like it's up from 2017 or whatever. I do not see anything that says 2017.
No. It says up from last year or down from last year, and you'll have like an arrow up or down.
Where is that? I don't see
directly under the number.
The hours played?
Yeah.
So it says, and this is what it says. In 2018, you clocked 196 hours of gameplay, and that's it.
Carlos, I'm going to do a screen share here so you can see what I'm looking at.
Yo, man, you going to give away your numbers?
Yeah, people can see. It's all good. Okay, Carlos, you see that right here?
I do not have that.
Interesting.
Oh, okay. So you probably got around the same amount of time. That's what I'm guessing.
I wonder if it's less if they would say it's less.
Yeah, they don't.
Right?
You did great. They only tell you when you do great. They don't tell you when you're less.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Oh, thank you, Barry Byrne, for subscribing again.
Oh,
thanks, Barry.
Yeah, what's going on? Glorious War, Violence and Empathy, Eurocar, you know, D-Walk, you know, shout out to the fans in there. All right, go ahead, Carlos. Keep going, man.
My longest gaming streak, and this is no surprise to me and to a lot of people that have played with me, is 4 hours. 4 consecutive hours.
Damn.
I just get, I don't know what you call that shit where it's like impatient.
Oh,
no, it's
impatient.
Like, yeah, it's like I need to do something else. It's like I can't really stay in the same spot for that long. So, yep, 4 hours consecutive. Days played in 2018, 87 out of the 365.
Oh, you got more days than Manny, at least.
Yeah. Prime gaming hours, evening also, and mine is Saturday, which is no surprise because I hardly ever play anything during the weekdays, other than like PC stuff.
Manny, yours specifically said late night, right?
Yes.
Okay, that because mine says evening, and I want to know what does that mean. You know?
Late night, I would probably mean it would probably mean like at you know, past
after hours,
10.
past
Yeah,
like
like
12.
past 10.
Yeah,
Evening is usually like after 5.
Okay, I guess. All right. Anyway, Carlos, keep going, man.
Trophies earned 182. I have 1 platinum, 4 gold, 24 silver, and 153 bronze. What else? The PSN stuff can go suck a dick.
Oh, hold on, go back, because you missed something. So, how many hours do you have locally? Did you name that, or did I not hear that?
Yes, I said. Let me go back. 151 hours locally and 45 online.
How many VR hours?
0.
Okay. I'm setting it up, baby. I'm setting it up.
My VR headset is still in. It's just locked somewhere.
Damn.
Hasn't seen light. It hasn't seen light in years. So for my 2018 summary, that's like buckets of months. My most played month was February, 63. I'm guessing that's prime Monster Hunter time.
Yeah.
The interesting one, and I don't know how the hell this is possible. December, I played 0 hours. November makes sense. November says I played 3 hours, which I understand because I wasn't at home most of November.
Mm-hmm.
But December it says I played 0 hours, which is blasphemous because I played I think I played over 5 hours of Red Dead 2 during that time.
That's crazy.
Oh no, actually I played it in November, I think. I don't know, but my title is Masterful Strategist. So I was pretty masterful with the time I spent playing PlayStation 4, pretty much.
Nice. All right, Brett, let's go.
All right. Let's see. I actually got lower in games played. I only played 16 different games this year.
Only.
Yeah. My top 3 games are Monster Hunter World, surprise, surprise, at number 1. Number 2, Conan Exiles. And number 3, Fallout 76.
What are the hours on each of them?
204 hours for Monster Hunter World, 182 hours in Conan Exiles, and 104 hours in counting in Fallout 76.
Nice.
Nice.
So, despite all the hate, I've played the fuck out of that game.
And he's talking about Conan.
Yeah. But Conan was even more buggy. All right, so let's see. Top genre is RPG with 7 games, 84 trophies, and 555 hours.
Interesting.
In 2018, I clocked 2,262 hours of
Damn.
gameplay.
Yo.
Wait, what?
Damn.
Repeat that number again.
In 2018, I clocked 2,262 hours of gameplay.
Damn, dude.
I think Brett's gonna beat all of us cumulatively. Then fucking Jesus Christ.
I fucking gamed last year, dude.
Dude, you went ham. Like, you didn't play a lot of games, but the games you played.
Yeah, I played the fuck out of them. I spent 1,595 hours locally and 667 hours online. 0 hours in VR.
Oh,
Hold
hold on. Brett, 0 hours in VR, bro?
Kind of an embarrassing story. My VR headset is packed away in a place that since I threw out my back 9 months ago, I can't get to anymore.
Oh, shit.
And I've actually wanted to play it, like, since this fucking robot game came out. I forget what the name of it is. Like, I've been really wanting to play it. I'm like, can't fucking get to it, man.
Dude, that is, we're old men on this fucking podcast, man. We're throwing out our backs and shit. That's real right there, man.
One of us is missing because of it.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. I fucked up my shoulder. I didn't tell that story. I fucked up my shoulder badly for like 3 weeks. Getting out of bed, it's like getting old sucks.
Now,
Anyway.
that being said, if it were a huge priority, I'm sure I would have found a way to get my very expensive VR headset out. But there have been other games that I've been playing, so
Nice.
you know, it is kind of, you know, Carlos thought that was going to be a mic drop moment, and while it kind of isn't, because I can't get to my headset, which is the reason I'm not playing it. At the same time, I don't know that I would have logged in more than 40 hours or so in there. So in the grand scheme of things, it still would have been significantly lower.
Brett, to be fair, though, even if you played 30 minutes of VR, you would have beaten all of us.
Yeah, it's not.
You would have played 1 minute, you would have won.
I'm waiting. Like, I want to see this robot game, but like, I want to see the hotness. I want to see, man. God, I hope Resident Evil 2 is a VR mode. Oh my God, I hope Resident Evil 2 is VR mode. It probably won't because I want it to, but meh.
Yeah,
anyway,
continue, sir.
My longest gaming streak was 13 consecutive hours.
Motherfuck.
I'm a little surprised by that. I played 193 days. My prime gaming hours are late night and on Thursdays. So pretty much like after I get off the podcast with y'all motherfuckers. I do not. I earned 210 trophies.
That's good.
4 gold, 20 silver, 186 bronze.
So I'm surprised I'm even competitive with that number. Probably, but just,
you know what you can read from my statistics is I play a lot of games and I play them for a long period of time, but I don't really go for like trophies and shit. Like, I really could give a fuck less about collecting 10 of something.
Brian.
If I happen across 8 of them, I'm not going to go out of my way to find the other 2 because fuck you, that's a fetch quest.
Damn, I should have saved you for last, man. You murdered all of us. Although on trophies, I think I got you beat on trophy, but time.
No, that's fine. No, that's one of those things. Like I play games, but I don't. And a lot of that is also because like I play a lot of like survival games, so I like the rinse and repeat of having your shit be able to be destroyed. I don't like just a progressive curve upward. It extends my playtime. Unfortunately, it doesn't get you more trophies because you're like, cool, you crafted another tool. You've already done that. No trophy for you.
No trophies for you. All right, and you can skip all the way to the end to the summary.
All right. Scrolling. Not a whole lot of interest here. I clocked about between 150 and 250 hours a month.
Yeah, what's your biggest month for hours?
That would be November. At 258.
Damn, man, that's more than
Crazy.
all my months.
Damn.
That's crazy. Nice.
I played Fallout hard.
True gamer.
My title is Fierce Strategist.
Nice. I like that. Fierce.
But wait. So both of you fierce strategists? Both you and?
No, he's Masterful Strategist. I'm Fierce Strategist. I don't know what that means.
It kind of makes sense because Brett was fierce with his time.
Man.
He's like, I'm gaming. And I'm like, I'm going to decide when to game and when not to game.
I also wonder if it like picks an algorithm because like I do generally like to play tactically, even in games where you're not necessarily supposed to. So I'm wondering if it's analyzing the trophies that you're having, essentially if they're hashtag or keyworded.
That's a good question. Yeah, I don't know.
Because I also have a tendency to just run the fuck in there. So I was like, okay, I could see, be like, okay, do I have everything I need? All right, let's Leroy Jenkins this bitch.
All right, Adam, let's go.
All right, so I got 72 different games that I've played.
Damn.
For this year. All right, my top 3 games and times are The Division, no surprise, 233 hours.
Ooh.
Red Dead 2, 109 hours.
Wow, you played that shit more than me.
And well, I did all the side shit. Remember, I went back. I cleared up maps. You flew through the story. Call of Duty World War II, 77 hours. Man, there we go. All right, my top genre, like Carl said, RPG, and that's mainly because of The Division and Red Dead. Okay, let's see. Then all the other ones of like action, adventure, first-person shooter. Those are the other ones. There we go. Oh, what's this? Let me
get them hours.
What's this way? I'm looking. It's just showing me some weird clip of like I'm like baseball. I don't play.
Yeah, it's just telling you that.
That's don't worry about that bullshit. Yeah, that's on me. That threw me off. Okay, all right. So my clocked hours of game is 786.
I'm surprised by that. I figured you would have had like 3,000.
You see, yeah, you would think, right? So for the breakdown of the gaming time, 587 hours of play. Online is 199 and 0 for the VR. Okay, longest gaming streak, 5. There we go, 5 hours. That's surprising too.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So wait, how is it? So I have the longest hours of
you do.
gaming streak?
Yeah.
Yours was 13, right?
No, it was like 11 or something.
Oh no,
right?
No,
Brett's was 13.
I had 13.
Yeah, you guys have you guys won easily.
Yeah.
Mine isn't even in double digits,
There we
Go ahead, Adam. Adam,
okay.
What's your days?
Days played, 286. Okay. When it comes to the days and times of play, it's evenings. So that's why it's usually after work. It's at night. And then, of course, Sundays are for my primary days. There we go. Right. Trophies earned, 291.
I'm surprised by that. I figured you would have got more than that.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, I got 5 platinums.
Nice. Ooh, damn. Okay. Yeah. You the man. You the man.
I got 5. And then, of course, gold 23, silver 45, and bronze 218. Okay, let's see here. All right. Plus, all right, evening. What's the next one that we have here for your downloads? What is this? Free games 20. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, because I didn't go through all this before. So this is the first time. Yeah, so it's 22 there. Oh man, what is it? And it even tells you how much you saved. I can't really say saved because who said I was going to buy that shit to begin with? So but whatever, it says $129.02.
Damn, you saved more than me. I only saved 20. I only bought one game though, but
See now this is where top plus game played online. The Division, was that a plus game? Did that become a plus game somewhere? I don't remember that being a plus game.
It's a plus game for you,
I guess.
Yeah, I mean it's weird because mine says Monster Hunter World.
Yeah, so does mine. It says 90 hours.
See? So that doesn't mean.
Well, the thing is, if you play online, you automatically play on Plus, don't you?
Yeah, you have to have Plus to play online.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. Mystery solved.
Okay.
What was your best month, the month that you played the most?
The month that I played the most.
Yeah.
Where do you see that?
That's the final page. The
okay. So I'm going through to the scroll. Okay. Okay. Wow, we got a lot here.
Well, yes,
I would say, yeah. Well, it's all broken down. It's all right. It's not actually months. No, but it's not put. Oh, okay. I'm looking at it. So it would. That still doesn't make sense. How is January? I guess I don't know. It says for gaming, it's 13. It's 15 for January, and then when it comes to trophies, it's March. Nope.
Wait,
sorry.
You got
April.
Yeah, there's no
64.
15 hours for January. No way, dude.
No. Well, this is what it's saying here. See, I'm looking at my 2018 summary.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so January you had 15 hours.
I'm just because in October had 16 hours, and it's not. It's going by the months. It's not going by the quantity. So then it's like July had 10. March looks like my busy time because March has 18. March also had 52 for the trophies, and for hours. Oh, so games. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. So that the first line is games played. Yes. The last one is hours.
Yes, that's the one I'm interested in. Hours. Yeah.
Oh, all right. So let me just scroll through all this. Oh, I think I see one here. All right. So July 111.
There you go.
That's the most underneath that. Then I have December 83. So those are the two big ones. Yep. And then Masterful Strategist.
Nice.
That's what it gave me.
That's awesome. So, it's good. It's interesting, like how each of us kind of specialize in different things. All right. For me, I played 46 games, which is more than last year. I don't even remember playing 46 games this year.
So it tells you like the same like with the hours. That's more than last year.
Yeah.
Oh, so
you probably.
I'm probably down on everything.
Probably, yeah. If you didn't play as much. My top 3 games are Monster Hunter is the first one, 286 hours. Red Dead Redemption 159. I didn't even realize I played that fucking much of Red Dead. I thought I played like 60 hours. I guess I was having too much fun. Time flew by.
I wonder if it counts if you pause a game and walk away or whatever.
That's a good question. Number 3 is Dragon Quest, which is 120 hours. My top genre is RPG. Apparently, I played 8 RPGs. This year, 131 trophies for RPGs, 527 hours for RPGs. Total hours, 1,162. Again, Brett fucking murdered me there. Time spent hours locally, 1,032. Online, 130 and 0 for VR. Longest gaming streak is 7 hours. Days played 260. Gaming hours evening and on Saturdays. Trophies, this is where I could at least boast a little bit. 605.
Damn.
Your boy. 2 platinums, 17 gold, 73 silver, and 513 bronzes. All right, skip all this bullshit here. And then for the months, my biggest month was September with 154 hours. August was 153 hours. And then my biggest trophy month was August with 109, which is pretty good, I think. And I am a masterful strategist. So overall, it's 46 games, 1,162 hours, and 605 trophies. But again, some weird stuff with these numbers. For example, it says here that in March I played 0 games, but I somehow got 113 trophies and 118 hours. What? That does not even work. But I love my numbers for May and June. May I played what the fuck is it? 27 hours in May, and then June 15 hours. June makes perfect sense. So that's E3 month. I don't play games during E3. Ironically enough, because
wasn't there a game this year, at least one that trophies weren't popping for some reason? And
Sea of Thieves.
Yeah,
was that what it was?
Yeah, it was a huge.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh man, he might. My Xbox fucking things would be like 5 hours total, probably. Dude, I played more Steam games than Xbox this year.
It'll be funny to be like, Tony, in 2018 you played 5 hours of Xbox, up from last year.
Right. Shit. Think about it. I played more Switch. Obviously, I played more Steam. I completed entire games on Steam. Xbox, I played like a couple hours of fucking Sea of Thieves. I'm like, meh.
I wonder what those numbers look like.
I'll tell you this though. On Xbox, if they count my media hours, I would have all that shit beat.
You have all them numbers.
All the numbers. All right, so that was fun. Even though some of this shit is kind of inaccurate, I think it's kind of cool. By the way, I really wanted to, now that I'm thinking about it, we should have had Riku on, man. He would have murdered all of us.
Oh God.
Hey guys.
His top genre would be RPG because that's probably the only thing he played.
It's crazy, man. All right, so let's get on with the show here. So the first thing we're going to talk about is December 2018 NPDs and how Nintendo killed everybody, like hardware and software. Murder. And I think that's why Chris ducked this episode, man. But I'll eat the crow. So December 2018, Nintendo Switch dominates. Here's the thing: they don't tell you the sales, but Switch sold the most. I wonder what game came out in December. I don't know.
Smash?
Smash Brothers, which is obviously the top selling game of the month. I think
Christmas helped too. To be honest, Switch is just such a giftable fucking thing.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
It's not that expensive compared with tablets and e-readers and phones and all the shit that, back in my day, you could give a kid wooden rocking horse. Not really. You can give them Transformer, but still, like, prices of gifts have gone up. And I'm telling you guys, like, a Switch is, like, if you're looking for the big gift to give your kids, like, parents are going to give their kids a Switch.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, man. Every time my nephew comes over, the youngest one, all he does is play on fucking Switch. He's the guy that puts the most hours into that shit, than I did. It's crazy. Okay.
What about the rooftop parties?
Yeah, oh yeah, plenty of those, right? And basketball parties too. Okay, let's get into the breakdown, the games that sold. So yeah, Smash Brothers was number 1 selling game. Hold on, there's an asterisk next to it. What does that mean? I don't think they count. That means no digital.
No digital sales.
Damn. Yeah. Okay. Call of Duty Black Ops 4, number 2 game. Has 2 asterisks next to it. I don't know what the fuck that means. Red Dead Redemption 2 was number 3. Battlefield 5, 2 asterisks next to it. Was number 4. Damn, people buying that shit. I thought no one's even talking about it. NBA 2K19, number 5. Mario Kart 8, number 6.
Damn.
Yeah, crazy, right? Fucking Mario Kart, dude.
Still?
Yeah. I don't think it ever.
That's you know why? Because that's a game when, like you said about people, families, and parents just buying a Switch. That's what they think of getting them.
Probably.
It's like, let's get them a little kid racer. That's perfect. Everybody likes playing those.
Yeah, I could be wrong about this, but I think since that game debuted on NPD, I don't think it ever left.
And also, wasn't there a bundle they released? Remember, there was a Mario Kart bundle that came out.
Bandiru. Maybe.
By the way, Glorious War mentioned the reason Switch sold more this year was for the holiday sales. And yeah, because PlayStation 4 was consistently like being number 1 every month. But I guess this whole holiday season, the Switch just fucking killed it.
Yeah, by the way, I should make that point more clear. Switch not only was the best-selling system of December 2018, it was the best-selling system of 2018 period, based almost exclusively on the sales it did in December. Think about that. 1 month helped it win the whole fucking year. That is insane. That is crazy. Jesus. Think about that. It just blows the mind. Nintendo, PlayStation was winning the entire year for 11 months. Nintendo wins it all in 1 month.
Dude, that happened last year with fucking Microsoft had it in the bag for years, and then finally somebody was like, "Gotcha!" right at the fucking end.
Oh man, it's hilarious. All right, so number 7, Madden, right? Mario Party, number 8. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, which is the new Pokemon game, number 9. Number 10 is Spider-Man's. Number 11 is Assassin's Creed.
Wait, Tony, can I stop you? Like,
yes.
You seem to be missing like the best game ever made in that list, in the top 10.
In the top 10?
I don't see my GTA 5 in there.
GTA 5
has finally gone out.
Well, Brian, it's out of the top 10, but it's still in the top 20.
Fuck's sake. I'm buying it.
Even with Red Dead out.
Yeah, I think at this point people are buying this game just to make like little forts and shit out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like just to live in their house. Like, yo, man, I gotta buy like 100 copies, man. You know,
tiling their bathrooms with it.
Exactly. You know, where the fuck were we? Okay, number 12 is Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, which is the other one.
You don't like Pikachu?
Yeah. Hey, Brett, here you go, man. Super Mario Odyssey. Number 13. And Legend of Zelda, number 14. Those fucking games never leave the NPDs. My God.
Just gonna live there forever now.
Yeah, pretty much. Number 15. This debut, by the way, Just Cause 4. Man. FIFA 19 is number 6. Didn't I just talk about... Oh, no. Actually, shit. That's kind of low, I guess. Here you go, Brian. Number 17, Grand Theft Auto 5. Number 18 is Minecraft. Number 19 is Spyro Trilogy with 2 asterisks next to it. And Brett, here you go. Fallout 76, man. Physical only. Has an asterisk next to it.
Really?
Interesting.
What is this, like a slow burn thing? This is going to be a division scenario?
It could be, you know, and if they fix the game, you know, it could really bounce back. This usually when they do these, they give you the entire year roundup, but yeah, pretty interesting. But yeah, I think the biggest story out of this is just how Nintendo just in the last hour of the last minute, the last second, just came in and killed everybody. You know,
the last day of the last month.
By the way, I'm surprised a lot of the Xbox guys aren't talking about the fact that Xbox beat PlayStation in December.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know
Xbox
why?
Yeah.
You know why?
Because
price drop. They had a price drop around that time.
Didn't PlayStation have a price drop too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they all had a price drop.
That's what I'm saying. So
everybody's wanting to play those Sea of Thieves. That's exactly why that happened.
Mr. Segue there. We'll talk about that later. Obviously, actually, no, fuck that. We'll talk about it now since you already did the segue. Unless you guys have any final thoughts on the NPDs of December's.
So many.
Or what do you? Go ahead, Brett.
That was sarcasm.
Okay. Anyway, moving on.
I'm just like really surprised. Just like Nintendo's just killing it. Like
murder.
Like how many of like the top 10 are Nintendo exclusives?
Let's do this.
1, 2, 3. What? 4? Sorry. Yeah, 4 of the top 10 are Nintendo exclusives.
That's insane.
Mario Kart, Mario Party, and Pokemon. Like, the fuck?
So, question. When is the right time to say I told you so?
Oh, you already did that.
You already did that.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I'm just going to keep doing it until it's no longer the right time.
By the way, Brett, you're the only guy that I will permit to, do that without me getting annoyed. Because till this day, I still get motherfuckers, see, I told you. And I'm like, yeah, I admitted it when the motherfucker sold 5 million 2 years ago. But motherfuckers still want to go. But here's the thing. Okay, with the exception of you, Brett, right? Because you were not a Nintendo stan. You were skeptical about this system too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think basically, I don't think I was any more off than these guys were in the sense of like they didn't know the show was going to be a success, right? So in that way, everybody was even. And I at least had some facts to back my shit up. They just based it on like, oh, yeah, Nintendo's great. They're gonna kick ass this fucking generation. None of those guys predicted these fucking sales. None of those motherfuckers.
No, there were a lot of people that are just straight fanboys. Like, look, when your team wins the Super Bowl, you can't be like, I knew it, motherfucker. That's your team. Shut up.
Yeah, well, and that's exactly what's going on. It's like, oh, so you told me I told you. It's like, yeah, but like you didn't know either. Like you didn't have a fucking crystal ball and shit. You know that
obviously they did have a crystal ball.
Yeah. But again, like it's like you said, like they were rooting for their team, and now they're trumpeting it around. But it's like, okay, guys, we know this shit won. We get it. No one's denying that shit. Nintendo Switch is a fucking beast. And you know why it's a beast? Because that's the thing that people like. Games.
Voice.
Oh, they got fucking games.
Voice chat. I was like, whoa.
They got games, baby. They got the exclusives everybody wants. And Nintendo's playing it smart. Now they're bringing out all those old Wii U games over, and people are buying those things in droves. It's interesting, man.
Mario Kart.
And again, I think I have a blind spot because to me, I'm still like, why the fuck is this shit selling? That handheld thing got to be it. That's got to be the main component. It's like the fact that you could play a shit on your TV and then just take it with you. And I don't be surprised if some of these other companies start doing something similar. I'm just saying,
Well, I think, okay, kind of a post-mortem breakdown. I think the thing that a lot of people missed was the biggest thing I see the Switch being used for is portability inside the house, which is weird because it's essentially what the Wii U was built as. Like you have to stay within a certain parameter, but I don't think people are playing this on the subway. I don't think that people are, doing that kind of thing. But I do think people are taking it over to other people's houses or moving it around their house.
Yeah, oh, okay. I play it at work. I have it set on my desk, and then for break and lunch and stuff. That's when I really put my time into it. I don't play it at home.
Yeah, same here. Yep. Mostly played at work. We do Smash Bros. Tournaments at lunchtime. Mario Kart.
Yeah.
We recently got Dragon Ball Fighters. I'm doing that at lunch. And also, I've seen a lot more people like on the tube with the Switches. There's a really funny story. Like
the tube is a subway for the Americans, by the way. Okay, anyway, go on, Brian.
Yeah, subway.
The tube? What the fuck's the tube, nigga?
I was going home once on the underground, let's say, and this like old lady, maybe like in her like 50s or 60s, like sat like 2 seats next to me. I'm like, okay, whatever. Old lady, don't really care. Like, main reason why I started like to notice is that like she like really wanted to like sit down. So I was like, okay, what's up with that? And then she just pulls out her Switch and starts playing Breath of the Wild.
Whoa.
I'm like,
wow,
the fuck is this?
What the fuck?
Yeah, she was like, would you like to come home with me?
She was like 5'2", like frail, like maybe like 120 pounds or something, just like there, just playing Breath of the Wild. I'm like, good on her then. Fuck me.
Man,
yeah, okay, come over.
People in my work, they've been doing Smash tournaments, and I don't know when I became this person, but I just roll my eyes and I'm like, these fucking nerds, man.
Nerds.
I'm like I don't know, maybe I'm getting too old for it, but I'm younger than these guys. Fucking weird, man.
That's crazy. But yeah, there you go. Switch is gonna, and I predict it's also going to be the best-selling console of this year as well. But this is also going to be the year get your popcorn ready, where I think it's going to outsell Xbox One completely.
Oh, if it hasn't already.
Didn't it already do that?
I don't think it has just yet, but I think it's going to happen this year for sure.
That's like when somebody says, "Didn't X celebrity die?" Be like, "Oh, I thought they died in like 2014."
Ooh.
I thought Abe Vigoda died in the 80s.
Glorious War says Switch still doesn't have worldwide appeal. I don't think it matters because this shit is fucking selling.
Well, let's see. It's killing it in Japan. It's killing it in America. Brian, how's it doing over in the UK?
There's old ladies playing it in the tube.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Old women, I want to take Brian home with them. Would you like to come home and play my Switch?
Are you mean there's like small islands off the Pacific that are in the that don't have Switch? I'm not really. Where is Switch not doing well?
You want to come to my rooftop?
You want to play basketball, Brian? Brian's over here hearing our horrible accents.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that? Yeah, that's a good question. It's like, is China? Maybe it's not selling in China. I don't know.
Speaking of accents, Brian, can you do an American accent?
Ooh.
Nope, can't do accents. Sorry.
Damn.
Oh
well. I will say this: I haven't seen it once in a Korean subway, which is crazy.
Yeah, maybe it's not selling in that area. I wouldn't know where the hell this thing's selling well.
And I didn't see it. And I didn't see it once in a Japanese subway. But that was I guess to be fair now that was like maybe a month or two after it came out, like 2 or 3 months after it came out. So
yeah,
be curious to see how these subways look right now. I'll keep you informed next year.
Yes, exactly. How these tubes look. All right. PS4 outsold Switch in the UK. That's what Glorious War says. Nintendo doesn't have language support and doesn't even sell in other markets, etc. But what are these other markets?
Yeah, and I'm not surprised that PlayStation outsold it, but I mean, are we arguing that it did the best, or are we arguing that it's doing well across the big dominant markets? Because I mean, that's kind of what I would go with. Like, if it's doing well in the European market, it's doing well in America, it's doing well in Japan. Like, those are really I mean, other than China is another big one. And but I have really no idea what the fuck is selling in China.
Glorious War, man. You're my boy, man. My man Hussein, right? I think you're kind of reaching right now, man. He named the Middle East, Latin America, and Africa. Come on, man.
I don't think those are huge markets.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Hey, man, Latin America is a huge market for Xbox, man.
Oh, no, I believe that, but the Middle East?
Yeah, and Africa? Come on, son.
Yeah, Middle East has other problems they need to worry about.
Don't worry, Carlos. I got that joke.
Thank you, Brian. Brian always gets me, man. I appreciate that.
You're British at heart.
Yeah. Again, that was when I didn't realize you said a joke. It was like
the whole Xbox being popular in Latin America, and like Xbox had a conference in Mexico, and
see, you're too deep for me, man. You're like on a whole other level, you know. Like I'm over here.
I got that. I actually thought that Xbox was doing pretty well in South America.
Well, maybe it is, but Switch isn't apparently. Maybe they need to have a conference on there, man. El Switch. El Nintendo. I think it's going to be a Nintendo.
I'm telling you,
it hurt the cheap, man.
Yeah. All 20 of those guys at that conference looked thrilled to be there.
You know? Yo, they got to call that El Nintendo conference.
And it's like you tell like everyone's like, oh, El Nintendo conference, and they're all going to think it's the PlayStation conference because that's what everyone calls that shit.
Yeah, not El PlayStation. Yeah. All right, man, let's move on here. Where the fuck are we? Let's talk about Sea of Thieves. Surprisingly enough, this game's enjoying a resurgence because of Twitch. Some of the big guys, Summit 1G, Dr. Forgot his fucking name, and your boy Ninja, they're all playing the game now. And apparently the game has received like a bunch of updates and stuff that, you know, make it like more fun to watch on Twitch. Pretty interesting. Brett, as Mr. Sea of Thieves, what do you make of this? He's talking. He's been talking for like 5 minutes, man.
I'm sorry. Told you.
You didn't say what do you mean told you? That I was going to blow up on Twitch?
What did you tell us?
That I told you the game was going to take off because of things like Twitch, like DayZ. It's the sharing. It's when you have a story that you create the narrative. Sharing the narrative is half the fun, which causes these games to have a slower burn and a longer life than most other games because they're mimetic in nature.
Are you saying that people believe in ghost stories?
All right.
Yes. I'm saying that motherfuckers are gonna stream the shit out of these types of games. The same.
What is streaming?
But here's my question though: why did these big guys take so long to start streaming this?
Because they had to add enough content for them to build up into. Like, you can't just do the same. Like, there was a lot of people that grabbed onto it when it first dropped, but there wasn't a lot of content there. And watching the people do the same thing over and over again with a different shirt gets a little old. So people jumped on and then they jumped off. And then, as tends to happen with these things, they have a weirdly long lifespan. People are still playing H1Z1. That game was trash when it came out. It was trash 6 months after it came out. It has been consistent trash, but motherfuckers still play it and they still stream it. And
do you realize how much of an advertisement platform that something like Ninja is?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You literally have to do that. You have to put your game on their show, and then people start watching it, and then people want to buy it. It's the same thing that happened to Fortnite.
Oh yeah, no, I believe it.
By the way, I'm doing this all in my voice now.
Okay.
This whole segment. You go ahead, Brett.
I think that this game was built for this to happen, and it was only, now that they add the content, if it's there, yeah, people will want to share it.
Yo, Violence and Empathy said that Ninja is a more feminine Bulma.
Oh,
damn, son. Fucked me up. Glorious War, he goes, Brett, Skyrim is more played on Xbox Live right now than Sea of Thieves.
People will never stop playing Skyrim. I don't know why, but it's always like it's same. I'm pretty sure it's the same on Steam. Like, people are just still playing Skyrim, despite how many copies they've bought or how many times they've played it. They won't stop. It's like GTA. It's just going to keep going on in perpetuity forever. There will be one after the apocalypse. There will be a world full of cockroaches and one guy playing Skyrim.
His house made of GTA 5. And in case people want like some numbers, since people like being all stats and stuff, on Twitch now it currently has 97.5. Wow, Brian, I cannot do maths. 97K viewers. So
by the way,
Fortnite has 145 in comparison, and Sea of Thieves is the fourth most viewed game on Twitch right now.
Brian, could you repeat that number again? The fucking Sea of Thieves number real quick.
Sea of Thieves 97,000.
Okay, so
97,000. Wow.
No, but check this out. 97, right?
Mm-hmm.
88.6 thousand of those are just coming from 4 people.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? What the fuck? Explain that again.
Because right now there is one dude called Summit 1G.
Yeah, that's the main guy. Yeah,
that's the dude. Yeah.
45.4 thousand people watching his stream right now.
Jeez.
Sea of Thieves stream. There's another guy named Tim the Tap Man. 34.4 thousand viewers right now as we speak. And then there's a guy with 6,000. There's a guy with 2,000. There's a guy with 2,000.
Ooh, interesting. So if you actually look at the numbers, it means that Sea of Thieves guy is the most viewed game on Twitch, right? Or the most viewed person playing a game on Twitch. Because the highest
Fortnite that game
person is like 39,000.
That dude Summit G has 3 million followers, over 3 million, which is fucking crazy.
That's insane.
3.5.
Yeah, he is just strong.
So these people
that's a Counter-Strike guy, right? That's the guy who came from Counter-Strike.
I believe so. Yeah, he's been a big
and he retired. I remember hearing the thing, and he retired or something, and then I heard, oh yeah, he came back. He's playing like rando games, and I guess this is one of them.
Yeah, damn, yeah, you're right about that. 43,450 people watching him right now.
Here's the crazy thing. These people, who are these people?
Man, what do you mean these people, motherfucker?
These Twitch streamers, these top Twitch streamers, the fucking power they have in their fucking hands. Like, think about this. They're making Sea of Thieves relevant again after it died. It's like just think about this. You can have someone like a company, like a video game company, saying, "We'll give you fucking 10K to stream this game for a fucking week, and they'll bring it back to life."
That's crazy. By the way, check this out. This is something Glorious War already said twice here. He goes, Summit Summit 1G is not liked by the regular Sea of Thieves community. He plays pranks. Hey, listen, I don't think it matters if they like him or not. That motherfucker's
He's got
bringing
the
in numbers.
followers.
He's
Somebody
bringing in
gives a
numbers.
shit.
Yeah, so he's bringing in numbers, you know.
Mm-hmm. He's got the glow.
Yep. And these guys, what they're doing is they're opening people's eyes to Sea of Thieves, and this is way better advertisement for the game than whatever Microsoft could have done.
It's insane, man.
Also, playing pranks is honestly half the fun in those kinds of games. Like, you gotta having the ability to make your own fun and then playing strictly by the rules. You're kind of cheating yourself out. Like, the ability to shoot yourself out of a cannon, or like slingshot yourself off the top of an island, carrying and then swim under somebody with a barrel, and then explode yourself to take down the ship. That's just fun. I mean, if you do it too much, it could be griefy as hell. But I mean, for the most part, like, there's some fucking hilarious stuff you can do in those kinds of games. So enjoy the open mechanics. In the name of
I
science.
can't believe so many people are watching this dude literally as we're talking.
Mm-hmm. That's just fucking crazy, man.
That's insane. Yeah, Sea of Thieves. There you go.
So we'll see. We'll see where this leads to. It might lead to Sea of Thieves resurgence, or it could be just something that happens for a week. Or
I'm sure there's a bunch of devs saying thank you.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves. Yeah. See, I'm gonna keep it real right now, man. This is why a lot of these gaming journalists hate these guys, because they're putting them out of business.
Well, they have more people willing to look at their content, and officially, these guys don't need to resort to specific things like creating fake sort of headlines or trigger headlines in order to get people to come to see their site. They're coming to see them for them, not for the actual.
It's so crazy,
like that fucking Kotaku thing. Like Kingdom Hearts 3 is a unreviewable game. It's like, what the fuck? Now the headline is misleading because the actual article is not. It's actually kind of positive, but like you see that headline.
It's actually a positive. Both the video and the article are quite positive. The guy is literally apologizing for something he did years ago, and essentially saying the reason why the game is unreviewable because it's unreviewable in the way that a reviewer plays a game, as opposed to giving essentially going through every single thing that you can do in a game. They're literally doing the straight path through, and that's exactly what he did with Kingdom Hearts 2. He got it early, and he played it really quickly, so he get the review up, and he wrote like this scathing article about it, which got him a bunch of hits.
Yeah. Adam, what were you saying, man?
What was I saying?
I don't know. You were talking about these, we were talking about how.
Oh yes, because today there was big news at a lot of media outlets, not gaming related, but news outlets like BuzzFeed and stuff, talking about mass layoffs.
Yeah,
here it is that they're like, oh, we have these great journalists and we have these great stories, but no one's reading them or no one's coming in for the clicks. And here it is, you got another guy who's got 3 million people following him just playing a video game.
Yeah, the thing is, it's like. I think the biggest problem with a lot of the games journalists nowadays, especially with the ones that work for a lot of the larger ones, is they all sound very samey. It all, when you read an IGN article, for the most part, an IGN article sounds a specific way, and there's nothing that really you can switch between them, and they all sound very similar. And I think that's what's happening when you go with a lot of these sites, where it's like. There's only a few people that there's only a few game journalists within the industry that people probably know because they do something different or they do something that sets them apart from everybody else. Like, the guy from Kotaku who's known for, searching out shit, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Schreier,
Schreier.
Yeah, Jason Schreier. We know his name because he doesn't do the usual bullshit that everybody else does. He doesn't just go and write an article about some silliness.
He does investigative reporting.
He does more. He tries to do more investigative reporting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. By the way, since we're already talking about it, segue to our next story. We got to talk about this Resident Evil IGN debacle, man. This shit is crazy. So for you guys who don't know, I got to set it up, motherfucker.
Well, I was going to say something first, but go ahead.
Okay. Actually, was it about this or?
No, it's sad that we're talking about IGN again.
Yeah,
You know, this is number 2. You know, before it was that other guy who was plagiarizing other people's articles, you know, and reviews.
Yeah,
and
now
now
we got this. Okay, so basically what
I
happened
actually had
is,
like a really good segue.
yeah, let me,
section.
can I tee it up, motherfucker?
No, but my segue was like really good. You know, like
Yeah, okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Everybody knows what we're talking about anyway. Go ahead.
I'm not surprised. You know, like, gamers actually care when people actually play games. IGN.
Yeah, it's crazy. So anyway, now what happened is, so everybody put out their reviews of Resident Evil yesterday, except me, because you know I was about to say something I couldn't say, but I will have my probably actually no, it'll be a review because the shit is 15 hours, so I'll have my shit for you next week. Anyway, so reviews started coming out on Wednesday, right? And IGN's, you know, basically they gave it a kind of lowish score. I think it was in the upper 60s, and they were like, if you play the 2 campaigns, they're very similar. There's nothing different, like blah blah blah. Turns out that wasn't the case. If you beat one campaign and then the game clearly tells you, hey, there's more. Play again. You can see new shit. The guy didn't do that. He just played it once. Apparently, that's what he did. And you know, IGN had to go in there. They didn't take the review down, by the way. They just blocked out a bunch of stuff going, editors, no, we need to fix this. Like, because basically all the things he complained about were not true. And you know how he would have known that? If he just played the game. Think about it like this. One campaign lasts 7 hours. So that's roughly 14 hours each. That's not a lot. Like, okay, and let's just be real here. IGN, we have to assume they got their copy way before anybody else. So you're gonna tell me you didn't have time to play 14 hours of the game?
I gotta say, besides,
let me finish. 14 hours is a fucking weekend. You know, it's like, come on, son. Like, and my thing is like, if IGN knew this shit was already fucked up, why not take it down completely? And then, of course, when they made the proper corrections, they put the game back up there, the review with a higher score. It's like, come on, son. And again, all this could have been prevented if the guy had just played the game. And this is the same thing I said with Philip Mewson. And I'm saying this as a game reviewer. Game reviews are fucking easy. You know what you do? You play the game and you write about the game. That's it. That's all you need to do. So it's like, what the fuck, guy? Like, okay, if this thing was Red Dead Redemption 2, okay, I could kind of see where you're coming from. That's a fucking longest game. 14 hours? Come on, son. You know? Anyway, Adam, what's going on here?
No, I saw a few other reviews saying the same type of thing, but they also said that they played the second part, because what was it? It said, if you want an easier experience, you play as a dude. If you want a harder experience, you play as a chick. And they mentioned that that's pretty much the only difference. Like, there's different clues, and that the codes and stuff for the doors, they randomize. It's never the same stuff, but it's not that different. You're going to the same locations.
You know, but he's saying it was like this exact same. It's like the puzzles were the same, which is not true. You know, like you just said it right there. It's all randomized or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, the thing.
It's probably poor wording on his part, but
it was. I mean, to be honest, I was like, you know, it's probably about as different as the original Resident Evil 2. You know, you still ended up going to the same places in the original Resident Evil 2.
Glorious War says the second run is different, and you're right. I'm gonna talk about the original one, but yeah, that second run was different. You go to some of the same places, sure, but Claire's was different than Leon's. You know,
are both runs? You said it's like around 15 hours. Is that
total?
Is that for both of the runs?
Total.
Both runs.
Okay.
One run is like 7 hours or so. You know.
So this dude played 7 hours of the game.
Yeah, that pretty much. What's going on, Robert? He goes tofu. That's right. Tofu's in the game. Yes. So yeah, it's like here's the thing. You know, I'm not doing this segment because a lot of people are doing this just to make fun of IGN. I don't really want to do that. It's just like, this is why people are going to go to Summit 1G instead of your website. That's why. What's he doing? He's playing a game, you know?
He can even prove to you that he's playing the game right in front of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're literally seeing him play the game.
Yeah.
As opposed to, you know, obviously, you know, and I don't say this as somebody who's also reviewed games before. It can be, especially if you have to do a lot at once, it can be crazy. So I don't know. I don't understand what this person's schedule was like. I mean, to be honest, we've heard, you know, we also have heard lots of rumors of game reviewers, you know, from some sites, even some that we know who only play about 2 hours of a game and then they do a review.
Spin the belt.
You know,
I love you, man.
I love you, hip hop, but man, that
Hey,
yeah.
but you know what? Not for nothing. Even though I told him I don't agree with that, like play 2 hours and review it, he's showing you him playing for those 2 hours. He's at least doing that, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, it just makes the whole industry, at least the journalism side, look bad, and like how can it get any worse? Because the relationship between readers and writers are like non-existent now.
I think I think the biggest thing that needs to
Hey,
happen,
hip hop is actually streaming the game right now.
look at
By
that.
the way,
So I think the biggest thing that needs to happen, and this goes all the way back to what we were kind of talking before, where these sites are not breeding communities. What are you know what those guys that are on Twitter, not Twitter, on Twitch and on YouTube, what are the Game Grumps guys, what are those guys doing that you guys are not doing? They're building communities. They're building trust between the person that the people that are doing these things. They're not playing like they're high and mighty. They're putting themselves out. Hey, I'm a guy just like you, and I play these games. Look at me do this.
yeah.
And I think that's the thing that has kind of gotten lost with a lot of larger video game journalist sites, like Kotaku and in places like IGN, where it was just a bunch of guys that were just doing it because they could, because they had a website. It was guys like Torrance, same guy, just another guy putting out these things who had just so happened to have a website, a gamer. And I think that's the big problem that's going on these days. Everybody is trying, you have a lot of these guys in these positions trying to posture themselves as the person in the know, when they're really just just as idiotic and dumb as everybody out there. So why not be that, and build a community of that, as opposed to just like writing sensationalist titles. And just to get a click, as opposed to writing,
Was this guy new?
No,
This guy, no.
it was Damien Hatfield. That guy's been around for years.
Hatfield's been around for a long time. Yeah, and he plays a lot of games. That's the thing. So I wouldn't throw him under the bus.
By the way,
I'm not throwing him under the bus.
I like Damien. He likes metal, so I can't diss the guy.
He does a lot of music. He's got a bunch of albums on Spotify.
No, Damien's a good guy. I met him once at E3. He's a good guy. I'm not again. I know a lot of people out here. They a lot of people are just shitting on IGN. This guy, we're not here for that. My thing is like, I do, and I think we could all agree with this. We just want the industry to be better. We could do better. Guys.
It's the thing is, and it's just sad to kind of for them to happen so close to that other thing, which probably means at the same time that whoever's editing them, really needs to go in and look at the paperwork and sort of stuff to check the facts that they're putting out there. You know what I mean? Like, okay, yes, we understand that maybe Damien did not play the second playthrough of the game, but at the same time, most review copies come with a paperwork that tells you what's inside of the game. In fact, some reviewers out there actually just take whatever that paperwork is and just essentially just copies and pastes it into a review.
It's crazy. By the way, I want to read some of the stuff Robert is saying. Robert, we'll get you back on the show, man. Robert's always one of my favorite guests because he makes my life as a podcast host easy. I just say something, he starts talking. It's fantastic.
He's got the gift of the gab.
He really does, man. It's articulate too. That's what I like. All right. What the fuck, RB? So he goes. Look at what Polygon, and ask him what happened with Polygon. So apparently Polygon posted their review of Kingdom Hearts 3, right? And by a veteran who's gotten tired of the series, and he says that the game went out on a whimper, whereas most other reviewers are like, no, this game ended fucking awesome. So kind of interesting.
Yeah,
that's his opinion. It
is his opinion, though.
It is an opinion. I mean, here's the thing. Like, one thing about a lot of these things is just, it's that person's opinion. So that guy could have just been like, oh, fuck, I'm sick of these dumb Kingdom Hearts games, blah, 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 and just said, whatever.
I wouldn't consider that a controversy, though. Maybe he's tired of them,
That's it. He maybe had to review it, and I mean, they needed somebody to do it, and he was the only one available. But at least he was open about it. He didn't just shit on it, and people were like, hey, what's your problem? And then he said after, well, I'm sort of tired of this shit. Hey, he told you up front, just so you know.
Can I ask the room a question?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I was to throw down some questions.
Yeah, throw down your questions, man.
I'm curious. How many of you guys are gonna play? Because I don't know if we still want to talk about that part, but like, how many of you guys are gonna play like Resident Evil 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3?
Well, I got to write about both of them, so I am. That's my whole weekend, to be honest. You know, I got both games now, so I'm gonna be just playing the fuck out of them, and you'll have my thoughts. Okay, Resident Evil, I'm gonna do a review for because it's a short game. Kingdom Hearts, I'm just gonna do like my impressions. And by the way, quickly before, Carlos, just hold on to whatever you're gonna say before you forget. But
I already said it.
Yeah. Oh, you already said it. But we'll ask everybody else. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Michael Long. You know, we've played Monster Hunter with him and stuff. Riku thought he was Brett for some reason, even though he has this.
I remember that. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah. So basically, what happened today is Dual Shockers. Shout out to Dual Shockers. They put out their review of Resident Evil 2, and they said right in the headline, it's like, oh yeah, we played both campaigns. Here's our review.
They literally like shots fired on that one. I'm like, oh
yeah. By the way, they also did the same thing with Dead Cells. He's like, here's our 100% non-plagiarized review of Dead Cells. Like, that's a spicy meatball. So,
yeah, man. Bochinche.
Yo, but anyway, so the reason I want to give him a quick shout out because after this whole debacle, Mike tagged Dual Shockers and me. He goes, this is why I trust Dual Shockers and Rami Death. You know, I'm like, yeah, because listen, if I do not finish the game, I will tell you I'm like, this is not a review, they're my impressions. Here's what I thought of the first whatever hours. If it's a review, I will call it a review. It's not that fucking hard. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, like with a site like IGN or any of the other big sites, they have to have in order for you to get them to get those clicks, they got to put it right there out in front of you. They got to have that review day and date.
Yes, and this is why I and I'm glad you bring that up because again, everybody wants to shit on IGN. A part of me feels that pain they do because when you have to hit that deadline, especially for a site like that, you need to hit that motherfucking deadline. Like, for example, I'm in a good position. If I don't want to do a review, I don't have to do a review. They need to do that review. But at the same time, it's a 15-hour game, bro. Come on.
Well, and the crazy thing is, like, and I think, it was mentioned, like, it got an 8.8 initially, and it only went up 0.2 points with
Carlos, hold on. Here's what fucks me up. You just brought this in my head. Okay. For this, okay, they've done, hey, this is our review in progress before. Why not do that for this time? You know what I'm saying? Why not? They've done it before, you know?
Well, maybe they just
they trust. You just said it. Damon did it. You trust him. Wow. So if he comes out and he says, hey, listen, I played this, and maybe he didn't bother with the other part, or maybe he jumped in and realized, this is more the same. Okay, I get it. Yeah. Or maybe he talked to, sort of like what Manny was saying with the sheet of like when he talked to the devs and said, all right, so what's this? What's that? And maybe they also told him, it's like, well, you play different. Did you ever play the one on the first play? Yeah. Okay, so it's like that. We just did some tweaking. Oh, okay, thanks.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. But yeah. I mean, yeah. By the way, is anybody else in here getting Kingdom Hearts?
No.
I'm probably the only one that's actually willingly buying the damn game.
Yeah,
I'm curious.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be playing it if I didn't have to review it.
My disappointment with you on that title is the fact that you're playing the third one. Then you hadn't played the other ones. At least the numbered ones. But yeah. I'm okay.
I'm like, listen, as long as you give me some like good like action mechanics and some Disney characters, I'm fine, you know? I don't care. Whatever.
So who's getting so Tony is getting both of them. Manny, you said you're thinking about Kingdom Hearts, or
no, I'm not thinking about Kingdom Hearts. It's ordered, it's ready.
So you're getting it. Anybody else getting Kingdom Hearts?
Damn it, it's winter. We can't cue the Throwdown crickets, man.
No. No, nobody's.
So what about Resident Evil 2? I'm getting it.
I'm gonna hold on it for a little bit.
Well, actually, I'm not getting it. I got it already.
I'm nigga. By the way, I would have bought that shit if I didn't have to. I would have bought that. Fuck out of that. You know,
just preloaded. Going all day digital now, man.
All Day Digital. Shout out to All Day, man.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else care about Resident Evil? I think me and Carlos are, and Chris too.
Chris,
Obviously.
yeah.
Chris got that day and date.
As a matter of fact, maybe that's why Chris wasn't on here tonight.
He's playing that shit right now.
You know,
I'm kind of on the fence.
oh, you're on the fence. Okay, so we got 2 on the fence. Adam, what about you?
Yeah, I'll wait for it to go on sale or something. I got so much other shit I have to finish up, and I'm getting ready, you know, for Division 2 that's around the corner. So,
hey Brian, have you ever played any Resident Evil? I never heard you talk about that franchise.
I played Resident Evil 6 for half an hour.
My condolences, man. Fuck.
Is that what you said, Brian?
What, sorry?
That was your first Resident Evil experience?
I just want to see what all the fuss was about, and yes, it was.
Well, that's not going to tell you.
That's not good. He just ruined the entire franchise for himself, man.
Yeah, man.
Well, I just want to see like why everyone thought that this was so bad, and it's like it can't be all that bad. And then I played him like, wow. Guess I was wrong for a change. Fuck this.
Oh,
to make it even worse, I sailed the high seas, and I still was like disappointed.
Wow.
Oh.
So I feel bad for people that actually paid for it. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel bad for people that shit.
That shit.
Incrimination, I would say.
That shit is crazy.
Hi there, I'm Brian. I just got here. The person that was speaking to me for like last half hour was not me. Like, just some guy that sounded like me. So, yeah, I don't know what he was talking about. Yeah, Resident Evil 6. I played it for half an hour. That's all I can say. But yeah, I'm on the fence with this one.
Right,
I'm interested to see how this one turn out.
So most of the with the exception of me, Carlos, and Chris, everybody's on the fence. That's still more enthusiasm than Kingdom Hearts is getting in this room.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I knew fully well that I was going to probably be the only one that's actually willingly going to be playing because I played all the previous ones. So
yeah.
Well, you know, not those other crazy ones.
You didn't get 3x2 sleep distance.
Yeah, I don't know. Dream Drop distance and all those other
33 and a half, 5 thirds, 0.57.
You know, I'll tell you this, like the thing about those games is like the storyline is like almost needlessly complicated. But you know what? But that's a Japanese RPG in a nutbag, man. Like every single one of those games, yes, as simple as the story is on the surface, it's overly like essentially like totally watered down and stretched out to be like a 50,000 hours when it really is like, oh, it's just this.
Glorious War says Kingdom Hearts is going to outsell Resident Evil 2. I could believe that. Those Kingdom Hearts stands are fucking crazy. I could believe that.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I still think, as much as I don't know what the numbers are for the previous, I'm just going by
the insanity of the fan base. You know, those Kingdom Hearts people are wild, dude.
I think they're wild, but I think at the same time they're loud, but I don't think it's a majority. I think in general, like I mean, I don't know much about the way this game is, but I do think that a Resident Evil 2 is a lot more
it is more accessible,
a lot more palatable to people that are not familiar with Resident Evil. I do think that Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be incredibly.
It's more palatable as a game, period.
It's also more palatable as a game, but I also think that I think Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to have the same problem as Metal Gear Solid 4, where if you played Metal Gear Solid 4, you kind of don't know a lot of what's going on because of just the way, just because of how connected it is to the previous games.
By the way, I need to say this. You know how that Kotaku headline said that Kingdom Hearts 3 is an unreviewable game? Mm-hmm. I think Kingdom Hearts' story is an unexplainable story. I think that's true. You can't.
Yeah, it is. You can't explain the story fully or simplify it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you can simplify it, but then it gets really, really complicated.
Yeah. By the way, I forgot the guy's name, but this guy put out this really funny tweet where he was like, "Man, I'm playing Kingdom Hearts 3, and I knew I should have played the other ones before I play this one. Who the fuck is Mickey Mouse?" That shit was hilarious. Oh man. All right.
That game really is all over the place, right?
Yeah.
It's got Woody and all those people.
Well, I mean, those characters are characters are not part of the actual main sort of. The only characters that are really part of the main narrative is like Mickey and Goofy and those, but their stories are never complicated. All the Disney characters' stories are the stories from their things, from their respective movies. Even the final,
it's the Square Enix characters, right? They're all fucked up.
The Final Fantasy characters still have that weird connection to whatever game that they were connected to. It's the Kingdom Hearts characters, the ones that are made specifically for the game, are the crazy ones.
Yeah,
that are overly complicated.
This is going to be blasphemy for the Kingdom Hearts community. I'm going to just shut my brain off when I play the game. I just want to enjoy the visuals and enjoy the combat. Because I played a demo for like a good 2 hours. I had fun with it. I never played these fucking games, but I had fun. Mechanically speaking, it was a very enjoyable game to play, and it was very visually appealing. So I'm going to just go in it from that standpoint. I don't care about the story. I don't give a fuck about any other characters. I just want to, see cool stuff.
That was what I was trying to sell you on it years ago when I'm playing it. It's like, okay, dude, this is back when you hated RPGs, right? And I was like, dude, okay.
I liked RPGs at that time. I know 2005.
No, this was like before that. There was like, you're like, I hate RPGs because you can't, control. You can't control yourself. Anyway, I'm telling you this. I'm like, you could play Kingdom Hearts. It is an action RPG. It still has all the parts of an RPG where you can level up your different parts and get more stronger and stuff like that. Except you're actually controlling yourself. But you're like, it's a kid's game because it's got Mickey Mouse in it.
But again, just to clarify the record, by that time when that game came out, 2005, I was already an RPG fan. Mm-hmm. But I just was not interested. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Goofy, Donald, get out.
Man, this is kid shit.
Yeah, I was like, whatever. I'm not playing this shit. But again,
I was right there with you, Tony.
Okay, yeah, but again, if it wasn't for me having to play this game for review, I wouldn't have bought it either. Don't care. I don't care about the franchise. Don't care.
Don't worry about this game. It has an 89 on Metacritic, which means it's trash.
It's trash, right? It's crazy.
I'm just glad. I'm glad that it's finally getting a conclusion after all these years. I mean, like the last one came out so long ago. I almost feel like I was a different person then.
Wait, so all those versions that they came out for the what was it, the 3DS and all, those weren't part of the story? Wasn't a continuation?
They are part of the crazy shit is that they somehow managed to make those things also matter too. Some of those games haven't been available. Like some of those games are not even available for any other console.
Well, they are now.
No, some of them are still lost in limbo. So it's like,
which ones are lost in limbo?
There's a couple of them. There's that were just like like a mobile title that didn't okay. Want to hear something? Okay, the first supposed Kingdom Hearts in the storyline, right, is this crazy mobile game. That's the 0.
Insane.
Which is like I don't think is really readily available.
Apparently, the concert has a story too.
The concert.
Oh my god! So the problem is the Kingdom Hearts characters. They're the problem.
They're the complicated shit. You see Hercules in there. He's Hercules from the thing. All the
from
same
Disney one. Hercules.
Yeah, the Disney one. You see Disney Hercules. You say, okay, he works exactly the same way he does. The Final Fantasy characters, they're pretty much the way they're supposed to be. It's all the Kingdom Hearts. The unique Kingdom Hearts characters, Xemnas and Ansem and all those crazy fucking names, Riku and Sora, Naminé, all these fucking those people. Those guys are the ones with the crazy fucked up storylines.
Man, that's crazy. All right,
you see Beast from Beauty and the Beast. He's the same guy. He's angry.
Violence.
He wants to get Val back.
Violence and empathy says which Ansem.
Oh God. Yeah, and then you hear terms like this, like nobody and friggin' heartless, and you're like, what is going on here?
Yeah, I'm just gonna whack shit. I don't care,
Just whack it long enough, and you get At least, I mean, here's the thing: you can definitely tell that this story was created by an artist because it's overly more complicated than it needs to be. Tetsuya Nomura's, great artist, but story-wise, that guy's a little bit of a weirdo. But anyway.
By the way, I like the fact that you said this is the final one.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Okay, I don't trust them. I'm just saying.
They better not make any fucking more. I'm not going to wait another 20 years.
You'll be dead.
I'll be fucking dead. And so will the guy that made it.
Oh,
Damn.
Hold on, let me look at some of these comments here. Barry Byrne goes, "Why does anyone even care about Resident Evil 2 or Kingdom Hearts 3 when Senran Kagura remake just dropped a day ago?" Oh shit!
Yeah, well, you can't. But the thing is, you can't name that because on the PlayStation it's all edited now.
Yeah, get the Switch one.
Yeah, you get the Switch one. Apparently, Nintendo's okay with that. If you think about the whole thing that led to the creation of the ESRB, right? So it's like reverse day. So Nintendo's like, oh yeah, we're cool with like scantily clad women walking around half naked, and then Sony's like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, it's weird, man. All right, let's finish it up with what have we been playing lately? Manny, have you played anything in recent days?
I've been meaning to play something, but I kind of don't want to get involved with Red Dead right now, man. That's a massive one. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna wait a few more days, till next week, and then I'm gonna start playing Kingdom Hearts. That's my thing.
Nice, Carlos.
Nope.
Next, Brian.
I actually recently finished playing Onrush. So Onrush was like, it has its issues. I see why it didn't do all that well. I mean, the game itself feels like it's 80 or 7% complete. Like it feels like there's stuff that's missing in there. It definitely is fun to play for like maybe like an hour or so. It's kind of like a mix between like Burnout, meets some weird Fortnite meets like team deathmatch as races. If that makes sense. So there's that, but then of course there's shit like loot boxes, there's shit like people dancing in there when you finish the game. It's like stuff that doesn't seem to make much sense. And it just doesn't feel like it was complete. You just feel like it's like rushed out the gate and like, hey, here's our version of this type of genre of games. And yeah. And the AI is really fucked up. It like gets stupidly hard towards like the last like 3-4 races of the game. And just yeah. But I got the platinum. It was fun. That's all I can say. And so within the minute that I got the platinum, I deleted the game. I said, "Cool, I'm done. Don't need to play this again. I have no intention to pick it back up again." And that's
Damn.
it.
Do you think if they had like a sequel and they were able to kind of fix all the issues that they had with this one, that it would actually be a decent game if it was,
I think so. Like I honestly do think so. Again, the more like the main core of the game is fun. Like again, the whole idea is like you race, you boost around. Well, you race, you do stunts, you get boost, you take out opponents. There's like trash mobs that you can take out for more boost. Strategize. There's game modes actually in the races. So there's like a rolling king of the hill. There's one for how long you can boost for in one go. There's one for like driving like through the gates and getting more points, like accuracy type stuff. Again, that stuff is genuinely quite fun, but it's just the stuff around that. It's not great. It's not like the edges of it aren't well polished. Just they're very rough, and I think that puts people off.
All right. Anything else?
Well, enough per our discussion. I think like last week or the week before, I actually downloaded my version of Bionic Commando. I actually never played it, but I think I will. And
which one?
The one where the guy's wife is in the arm.
Oh God!
Oh, no!
Or is it Bionic Commando and then Bionic Commando Rearmed and shit?
Yeah,
I don't know which one's which.
I would say if you're playing Rearmed, that's the side-scrolling one. But
yeah,
all right.
I have that as well. I just want to see how bad this is.
But that one, the only plus side is it has Mike Patton as a voice. That's it.
All right. And also, this will make Brett really happy that he may just like squeal. I'm playing Singularity. Starting from the Saturday.
Oh my God!
Yes.
That does make me very happy.
Speaking of making people happy, Brian, what anime are you watching? I'm just joking.
Funny enough, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I think it's Stardust Crusader, one with the stands.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. Yo, that show is weird as fuck.
All right, no, this ain't no tanning, man. Save it for after the show. Anything else, Brian?
No, that's it. That's literally all it is. Not had much time.
Cool. All right, Brett. Oh, by the way, I know it's not midnight over there, but it's midnight here. Happy birthday, man!
On my birthday in New York. Oh,
yeah,
shit.
yeah. It's your birthday in New York, motherfucker. All right. And this is real birthday, by the way. It's not one of those fake Adam birthdays. Like,
shit!
I like that it's your birthday. It's my birthday for you before it's my birthday for me.
Yeah, ain't that about a bitch? Anyway, what have you been playing lately?
I actually think this answer will make Brian happy. I've been playing Divinity 2.
It's a great game.
It is a fucking awesome game. It is pretty much the closest analog you can get to a video game version of D&D.
Brian is so excited he can't even talk. This motherfucker got silent as shit.
Well, Brett, are you playing with other people?
I actually have 2 campaigns. I'm playing a single player and I'm playing a multiplayer.
Oh, okay. So which one do you prefer?
You know, I really don't know. I'm playing it with my buddy Morgan, and we're kind of famous for, requiring science to be done. So if there's something in a game, we're like, oh man, there's an NPC standing next to that fire barrel. What's gonna happen if I light that fire barrel on fire? That seems like awfully just conspicuously placed.
Isn't that crazy? Like the way the environment works with that game is fucking insane.
It is awesome, but it leads us to have to test theories so I probably shouldn't press it. God forbid in any game that we're playing together, you present us with a big red button because it will get pushed. I don't care how certain our death is if we push the button. We will push the button.
Yeah.
And so it leads to a very different play experience. So my single player game, I'm playing a pyromancer, and my rule of thumb is pretty much just set everything on fire. Everything in the combat area, just set it on fire, and things generally work out. In the multiplayer game, we're both playing undead races and running around ripping people's faces off so we can polymorph for funsies. So very different tones of the game. But it's super tongue-in-cheek, and there's a bunch of hilarious moments in the game. So it works on both levels. It works as a really cool... I dare to say it does what Dragon's Age wants to do or tries to do better than it does.
Yeah, in a way it does. I think the story in Dragon Age is kind of a lot more like the lore in it. I prefer, but yeah, I played a couple of hours of Divinity 2, and once because I was playing it with a friend, and once my friend stopped playing it, I just never carried on. So that's why I asked you if you prefer the single player or just by yourself or with other people.
Personally, I prefer other people because it reminds me of D&D. If I could get a group of 4 people to actually sit down for 2-3 hours once a week, I'd basically run it like a D&D campaign, because it's just like when playing most tabletops. I honestly, most of the fun comes from the jackassery that goes on around the table. I think Tony will back this up, having played D&D with us. The best moments are the moments where you're not really succeeding, or you're not doing great, or doing shit that you're really not supposed to be doing. And so it's fun to hear the narrative and play by the rules, but it's honestly more fun to just go off track and have fun with your buddies. And I've always been an advocate of that in tabletop. If we all fucking sat around in elf costumes taking this shit seriously, I'm sorry, that's a little too nerdy for my... I go pretty deep into the nerd forest, but that's too much for me. But if you're sitting around and half your friends are getting drunk and you're, watching somebody desperately fail, trying not to fall down a cliff and kill themselves, and you're just laughing your ass off about it because they keep rolling critical failures, that's a good night.
Well, and it's just so much fucking content too.
Oh my god, it is. It's just one of those. It's just going to be this open-ended kind of thing. As far as we may never honestly finish it, but it's divided into chapters. Well, the last game was divided really well into chapters. So, if we get to the end of Act 2 and that's all, and we've had fun with it, then that's all I really care about. Again, same concept with a lot of role-playing campaigns. You're going to start a D&D campaign or a Pathfinder campaign. You may never finish it. Chances are something's going to come up before you actually get a chance to bring it to where you want to. And that shit happens. It's more about the journey than the destination.
Yeah.
So I think it's really critical when playing this game to basically look at it as an extension of tabletop gaming. Because if you're like, man, it's like Diablo. It's Diablo meets XCOM. Yeah, kind of, but no. Also no at the same time.
And it's literally over the top. Like the aspect, the what do you call it? The fucking the camera.
The camera? Yeah. It's a nice hybrid though. Like you can zoom in and you can spin the camera and it's kind of at a nice, diagonal angle. You can switch it to tactical mode, which is, top down view. But like you can zoom in and like it kind of surprised me because when you zoomed in and you're running around with your character, it doesn't feel like a Witcher type game. It doesn't feel like a third person type game, but it also doesn't feel like a Diablo type game where you're, especially the old school Diablos where you're basically just kind of stuck in one direction and you're, 2 miles out from your character. So they've definitely made progress. I don't know how well it would translate into a complete 3D environment, especially being turn-based, and it reminds me a lot of Dragon's Age, and I know I'm saying it wrong, I'm doing it on purpose. Dragon's Age, when you went to tactical mode, kind of did that same thing where it snapped the camera up. So I kind of think that's probably just the best way to go about doing it. I don't know if that's so much a flaw as just a design choice. And I can't really say because I've never played a turn-based RPG that doesn't have that camera angle.
Yeah, I would say that the camera angle should stay like that, purely because you get to see like the mayhem that you won't be able to see if you're tied down to like a third person view. Because like half the fun, some of the fun of Divinity is just seeing like random stuff happen off screen and be like, oh, what the hell's happening there? It's like a puff of smoke or something just catches on fire and it's like, what the hell's there? And then like out of the blue, like 6 skeleton mages just like walk out the mist and you're like, oh damn, I done fucked up big time now. Like with like a third person, like you just don't see around the corners and stuff like that, so it's just not the same.
You get to see like other rooms as well.
Like, there's that as well. I love doing that.
Yep.
Like, peeking into other rooms. Yeah, like disconnecting your cursor and peeking into other rooms. I have to say, though, I agree with Brian. There is, for some reason, nothing funnier in this world than seeing somebody run in from off-screen on fire. I don't know why. It is the single most hilarious thing, and it never gets old. But
the best one is like going into like a area, and then you see like one guy there. It's like, oh, just one guy, it's fine. Like I can like fuck him up, and then like 3 of the guys just like come around from like the corner, and then like you're like standing in like a pool of oil with like a red barrel like next to you, and you just like and then you just like stand there and like, I have one turn before they have their turn. Who's gonna live? Who's gonna die?
Or it all connects just as somebody's casting fireball, and you go, wait a minute, and then just chain explosions happen. And I also think you miss a lot of the stuff that you get to do as well. Like, it's really cool littering the battlefield, like making rain come down, contaminating all the rain into toxic gas, and then igniting the entire level and setting everything on fire all at once. It's beautiful. It's just gorgeous. The fire in the game is just, it's awesome. And the effects are fucking great. And the way that all the elements interplay, like, yeah, you can throw down like a water flask in front of somebody and, basically get them all wet. And you pretty much like, see the character look at you like, what the fuck was that? And then you blast them with like an ice storm kind of spell, just freeze them in place. Or, sucker punch somebody and turn them into a chicken. The game is fucking awesome.
Oh yeah.
If you're a fan of RPGs and choices that have actual consequences, and not like, hey, would you like to make choice A, B, or C, but literally, what do you want to do? Like, I want to stab that guy. All right, well, we'll allow it, but people probably won't be happy. That it's the game for you. Play it.
By the way, Brett, is your like mic next to your beard or something? Because like it's been kind of scratchy or something every time you talk.
I'm wearing a hat.
Okay, maybe that's it. You have a super sensitive mic.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, and Mr. Adam.
Yeah, just been playing WWE 2K19.
Why?
Just because we got Royal Rumble coming, so I get all the creative guys and all the other ones that are going to be in it, and I just have it do like a simulator type thing. and just
so you
play
just
it
watch
out.
them play it? You
Yeah,
watch the
yeah,
game
and I watch it
itself?
play out, and I see how it plays out, and I make adjustments and stuff on certain people. I don't know. It's just something I do. There's a guy on YouTube who's got like fucking ridiculous 4-some million people, and that's all he does. He makes all these videos of just Royal Rumble, celebrity Royal Rumble, and he does the commentating to all of it. He doesn't play; he just like puts the guys in it, and he just does commentary, watching them battle. Because we're doing another WrestleCast for the Royal Rumble, so that'll be
shit,
tomorrow.
it's back. It's
It's
back.
Well, we do it for the big
Really?
events. We do it for the big events. We're doing it for the big events. So yeah, this is definitely a big one. There's a lot going on, a lot of big changes happening in the wrestling world. So, and
you
then
guys are doing it weekly, man, this is gonna be like 10 hours.
well, no, this is just going to focus on what's happening because the thing is, it's a long story. So that's it. So that's that part. And then on the Switch, Diablo and Smash Bros.
Diablo.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't want to get after finishing Red Dead, and I have some other stuff I want to finish, like the Far Cry 5, and I just feel like I need to get ready. I need to take a break and just not because I know I'm gonna get sucked in for the Division 2. I know it. And even though it's March, I mean, you see every day there's more news coming out, and I'm gathering all the news and I'm trying to come up with strategies. We got the beta coming February. I got to get ready. More news came out today about the gear sets and the branding, and that's a whole other
I can't say
layer
nothing.
that they
I
had.
can't say nothing, but more news is coming.
Yeah, man.
You Adam.
Yeah.
When does it come out?
March 15th.
All right, I got to play with you, man.
Yeah, no, you got to play. We got to play. It's gonna be big.
Us, Carlos, I'll be there, man. Yeah, nigga, let's go.
Yeah. We got some big plans. I got some big plans. A lot of big plans.
There's
a lot of big things happening.
How many people per?
Probably four. I believe. Yeah.
You could do 4.
Okay.
You could do 4.
What system for the Vision? Come on, man. You already know what system we playing that shit on, man.
Yeah.
Switch.
Exactly.
Switch. Shit, man. If it came on Switch, are you kidding me? That'd be. I would have to double dip for this one because what?
Oh, but then it had to be cross save and shit.
Well, they already have the Ubisoft that you log in, so they have all your stuff behind the scenes. You sign up that they know exactly what you're doing. Yeah, see, Ubisoft, and it's ubiquitous. Yeah, Ubisoft.
By the way, I do that too, Adam. Like when I know a big game that I want to play is coming, like I kind of like I'm in like standby mode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's the whole thing. It's like and the games I do want to finish. I mean, I finished God of War and all that other stuff, but the big ones I want to finish, they're gonna take forever.
I have a question for Adam and Tony.
Uh-oh.
Do you guys know anything? Because this is something I hated about the Division 1, and that's the fact that whenever you went to your base, you're the only one that can go there. It's like when I was playing with other people, we had to like someone had to wait for me to do my shit, and I had to wait for someone else to do their shit.
Why? Why did you have to wait?
Because I'm the only one that can go into my own camp.
No, I don't know what the hell you were doing.
First division? No, we all went in together. Yeah,
you go in. You could all go in together. Are you talking about seeing each other in the camp?
The fucking that place where you store all your shit and you upgrade and
the library.
That's the post office.
There's the post office. Like everybody,
you're all in there.
Yeah,
you're all in there. And then if you won't see them there until you go down to the terminal. When you go into the terminal, then you'll see them in front of you. But they're still there. They don't have to wait for you. And then if they leave and do a mission, you can just spawn to wherever they're at.
Yeah.
No. Like I remember like we're like running together, right? And it's like, oh, let's go to the fucking. Was it library or something? I forgot.
It's the post office.
Yeah, the post office. My bad. It's the post office. Yeah.
So I go into the post office and my friend's not there. I'm like, where the fuck are you?
They're still there. They're still there. You get to see them. They're all there. You get to see them if you keep going deeper into the post office. Once you go into the terminal, which is the second hub, that the official hub that's in the post office, you see everybody there. You see all the other players there. You could see their stats. You could share things, drop content, do all that stuff. That's all there. That's in the terminal.
I wish I knew that.
You had to go further in. You can't just stay in the first floor. Once you go toward the subway system, that's where you see it. It's like a subway station. You just see people all over the place running around. It's a bunch of vendors.
Because I would just go to that first bit, just do all my shit and just leave like immediately. So
you were missing a lot of stuff because all the good vendors are downstairs.
Man,
That's where all the premium vendors and stuff are. They're downstairs. And that's also where the gates for the other DLCs are. So there's another layer of stairs you take, and that takes you to an elevator that takes you to the underground. Once you go down one flight of stairs, you turn to the left. That's where the global events are. You go to the right. That's where you have survival, and then the PvP mode. Then there's a premium vendor. Then there was another weapons vendor, and there's a blueprints vendor, and then there's a high value targets vendor. Oh man, it's a lot going on.
That's why I asked you. Like,
oh yeah, that was all there. That's all there. You just didn't go all the way in.
Adam knows shit that's in the game that developers don't even know is in the game. It's real right now, man.
Yeah, that's why. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm playing with these guys because the people I was playing with didn't know this shit. I didn't know this shit.
I mean, what came out today is because they kept advertising about branding. It's like, okay, what kind of brand? Are we talking like real close brand? Are we going to see like a Marc Echo and Louis Vuitton clothes? And because remember, you pick up a lot of gear and clothes and stuff. No, they already announced it. So I think it was like 9 different brands. They gave some
Adam's
crazy
rocking
fake
Timbs
names
and shit. You know?
Yeah, that's what I always think. I was like, yo, look at my new Timbs I got. You know, it's
like look at my Uggs, son.
But if you find the content, they're there. I mean, they use the designs and the styles. They just don't have the logos on it, you know. But yeah, no. So they announced it. It's a bunch of fictional stuff that they put together, you know. And there's different layers. So you're gonna have the branding that they talk about, but that's not to be confused with gear sets. Because a lot of people are like, oh, they just dropped the word gear sets and then now just no, it's separate. Branding is for when you're playing through the game. The end game is when it kicks into gear sets. So they're sticking with that. As you guys remember, when you play the game, you go to level 1 through 30, right?
Yeah.
Once you hit level 30, though, it clicks off and it turns into gear sets and you go into a gear score like Destiny. That's what you do in Division 1. That's back for Division 2. So.
Crazy. All right. Anything else you played, man?
That's pretty much it. That's what I'm saying. And FIFA, you know, I'm just playing light games, man. I don't want to, you know, I'm just hyped, man. This is it. This is going to be a big time. And then once I get the tattoo, I got to drive down over to go see Brad in Kansas. And that's going to be a whole ordeal.
Damn, this is serious right now, man.
Yeah, yo, I bought the domain name and everything for it. I got some big shit that I have to, when I get more things to put together, it's almost done. And then I'll be able to release some more info on what's going on.
How far do you live from Brett? Like how many hours?
An hour and a half.
Oh,
but let's say 2 hours.
Okay, that's not too bad. That's why you guys got to take pictures, man. You know, that'll be crazy. You know.
Oh, for sure.
Just hold Adam's hand if he cries too much. You know.
No, Adam's got enough tattoos. He ain't gonna be crying.
I got a lot of tattoos.
He's got enough. He's good.
Oh man. All right.
There was a girl that I met one time. This is years ago.
Can we tell this shit on air, bro?
Yeah, we can tell this. And she had like this weird swirly thing on her ankle, and I'm like, what is that? Like it looks. She's like, oh, I was gonna get a butterfly tattooed, and once she made like the wing, I screamed and said, nope, stop. And she has like this squiggly line on her ankle. I was like, why? Shit, I would go nuts. I would go nuts. I would like just finish it. There's no way I'm gonna leave something like not even half-assed. It's just like a weird squiggly line of like trying to do the shape of the wing of the butterfly. And she was like, no, I can't do it. Change my mind.
Wow.
Brett, you ever had that happen? Somebody just stopped. Like it was like,
no. I mean, I had one person not finish their tattoo. That was a whole weird thing, though. It was a dude getting a Marine Corps tattoo, but he wasn't in the Marine Corps yet. And I didn't know this until after I had started the tattoo. We were doing a set of dog tags hanging down his back, so it looked like somebody put a nail into his back and hung dog tags from it. And we'd gotten like 2 hours into it, right? Because the dog tags, you know, they're dog tags, but the black rubber silencers. So we had everything done but the black rubber silencers, right? And I'm coloring them black, and they're half done. Like literally half of them is black and half of them is not done. And the dude just goes, I'm done. And stands up and like proceeds to like get his shit back on. I'm like, no, dude, we're like almost done. It's like, yeah, I'm done. And I was like, I pulled out the whole, well, you're paying for the whole thing. And he's like, cool. And I, paid and just walked out.
That's creepy.
So I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Was he in pain? Was he screaming or like?
No,
not screaming,
he was
like,
just sitting there. That was the thing. Like, he wasn't having any issues. We were like 15 minutes from being done, and he didn't ask any questions. He was just dead silent for like 45 minutes, and he just popped his head up and goes, "I'm done."
So he didn't even see it?
No.
Shit.
That's fucking weird.
It is. And like most of the time people will like ask you something like I'm very used to being in charge and in control in my station. So people will be like, "Hey, can we take a break? How long till we're finished?" Like you get usually some kind of lead up into something like that, and you can talk them through it. This guy's just straight up like, "I'm done." Just statement of fact. Like no wiggle room, no negotiation. He was just letting me know what was going on, which was also very weird. He was like, "I'm done." Stand up, walk out. What the fuck?
He never came back, right?
No.
I'm assuming he never came back.
No. And again, the weird stuff like you're not supposed to get a Marine Corps tattoo until you're in the Marines.
Yeah.
But like he had been through basic and was about to go into the training that Marines do after basic. So I really my only thought was like, dude, they're gonna whoop your ass in the shower until you're not a Marine. They're not gonna let you pass that training. Not with a half done tattoo that you're not supposed to have.
Shit, that's crazy. By the way, Adam, Glorious War says that you should get a job at Ubisoft because you sell the Division every week.
Right, well, tell me about it. No, but it's yeah, no. I mean, we all sell whatever we really are really into, you know. So, who knows? You know, we'll see.
Yeah,
but you know what's funny? One funny thing I just gotta because it's funny. There is a guy I follow, and later on I'll give more info on him. But he has a huge following, and he breaks down. He's all about the Division, so he breaks down each weapon. He goes into the stats, and it's Marco style for anybody else. There you go. So anyway, he breaks down the stats of each weapon. He goes deep. Anyway, they did Massive Games contact him and offered him a job, and he turned them down. Because it's just he's more successful with his channel, and that's just. But that just shows how things have changed. Because back in the day, you would think, "Damn, that's the whole point of doing your website, doing these type of things, is to get in the biz." But now it's to the point where I'm making money, I'm blowing up on my own, and I can do this from my home. Now I don't need to go over there.
No, you're right about that. No. This was 5 years ago. My man would have jumped at that chance, you know.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like how times have changed.
Really? No, that's fucking nuts, dude. But yeah, the sign of the times. As for me, I haven't really been playing any games. Like the last one I played was Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Got the platinum in that, your boy. You know. But I haven't been really in that game. But kind of the same reason for Adam, because I knew some big shit was dropping. So I was kind of like, eh. So I've just been reading a bunch of stuff. And I could finally talk about it now.
You read the.
What happened?
Did you read the Conans? You read Conans?
I've been reading some Conans, baby. You know.
Is that like?
Oh, you're breaking up. By the way, you sound like a robot. Say that again.
Is that what you expect?
Huh?
The Conans. Is that it was gonna be?
Yeah, I can't hear you. Like, am I the only one that hears them all fucked up like that?
No. You're not. You're not crazy.
Okay.
He's being weird.
Okay, Adam, drop out and come back in, man.
Okay.
All right, but anyway, so yeah, last week I got to play the Far Cry New Dawn, the new game. It's not an expansion; it's just a new game. Even though it's smaller, I got to play 3 hours of it, nonstop. It was really cool. Here's the thing: me and Far Cry have a weird relationship. I've never played any of the main Far Cry games, but I played the big expansion. I played Blood Dragon, which I fucking love. Far Cry Primal, which is another great game, and this one is really cool. But the interesting thing about this game is it's actually a sequel to Far Cry 5. One of the endings of Far Cry 5 is basically the world gets destroyed in nuclear fire. But basically, when you see this game, you're like, that doesn't look like a post-apocalyptic game to me because everything's fucking bright and, shit. Apparently, there's this phenomenon in science called the super bloom where, like, for example, deserts will just spring back to life really fast. So they're using kind of that. They're playing fast and loose with science, obviously. And, I liked what I played. Basically, I just went around, Hope County, shooting up these motherfuckers called the Highwaymen who, they've taken over the place. And, if you like Far Cry, you're going to like it. The same mechanics are there. But for me, what I really liked was the art style was very, very, like, bright and colorful. And even though it is an open world game, it's not, like, stupidly big. So it's kind of like Spider-Man, it was like an open world game, but it wasn't crazy big. So, I'll look forward to that for sure. So, my impressions are up right now, up on geek.com. Go check them out. I go a little bit further into detail, and I'm going to have an interview with the creative director. I'm forgetting her name or her title exactly, but she was really cool. She answered a bunch of my questions. I really just asked her about the world building and all that, the highwaymen, people's motivations and all that good stuff. Yeah, again, I wasn't really expecting to get another Far Cry game, but again, I always seem to get the offshoot games. I never seem to get the main.
You
games.
said it's not. See, it cut off before. You hear me now?
Okay, yes, you sound fine.
So is it it's a full price game, right?
No, $40.
Oh, it's $40.
Yeah, $40. Yeah.
Okay.
What were you asking about Conan, by the way?
Oh, is it what you expected? Because you said you want to go back to the Marvel stuff. So is it living up to your expectations of those comics, or you're like, I like what Dark Horse was doing?
Well, I never read any Conan comics. I never read any Conan books. My only
Interesting.
Yeah, my only exposure to Conan were the 2 Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. That's it.
Shit.
But the thing is, Marvel Comics, not to get too off topic, they have a new Conan series. I read the first 2 issues. I'm like, oh, this is fucking awesome. So I went back and I read a bunch of the Robert E. Howard stuff, the originals. I'm like, I read 8 stories so far. They're really good, really violent and stuff, which I like. I like how Conan is more cerebral in those than the Arnold ones. Arnold ones, he's just killing shit and that's it.
I'm going to kill you.
And I like the fact that the stories take place in different times. He's a pirate, he's a thief, he's a marauder, he's doing all this crazy stuff. So yeah, the Dark Horse books will be, Marvel's putting those out too. The first volume they're putting out next month. But yeah, I've been doing that. But now you already know what your boy's doing this weekend, son. Playing me some Resident Evil 2, and I'm playing me some Kingdom Hearts, and I'm gonna be talking about those next week. But Resident Evil 2, that's the main one because that's a shorter game, so I'm gonna get through that. You know what? Let's do the commitment. I'll stream that shit for you guys, man. Tomorrow, I don't know when, but I'll stream it. Maybe during the day, maybe at night. Who knows?
The game came out, right?
Yeah, it's already out, man.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can get that shit now, But yeah, Far Cry, New Dawn, cool game. Go check that out. So that's what I've been playing, but I'm going to be playing that. And February, they have a game. Activision's putting out a game. BioWare, I don't know, they're putting out something.
So, you gotta have something.
Yeah. Man. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't think I have any shout outs or anything, but actually I'll give a shout out to everybody in the chat. Barry, what is best in life? You already know what's best in life, man. Who wants to say the line, Manny? You want to do it?
You mean, was it
destroy?
See your enemies driven before you.
To destroy your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentations of the women.
The women.
The
way he said that.
Yeah, I know what I want to give a shout out to. I want to give a shout out going back to my man Michael Long. He posted his PlayStation stats. He makes us all look like fucking chumps. Check this out. 132 games.
Oh shit! Damn. Respect.
Rainbow Six Siege is the game he's played the most, 226 hours. His top genre, first-person shooter. Here we go. His hours. Let's take a guess how many hours he put.
1,000 hours.
Oh, you're right. It's in the 4 digits, but
3,000
hours.
3.5.
9,000.
Take 3,000 and double it.
6,000
hours?
6,228 hours.
What does this guy do for a living?
I don't know. Locally, 5,658 hours.
I feel like there's not even enough hours in the day to do that shit.
Yeah, that's
in a
year.
Damn. So, Mike, respect.
You know what's crazy?
My work hours probably reach about that or more.
Yeah.
But
hey, man, if you're doing what you love,
yeah, man.
More power to
by
you,
the way,
man.
I'm glad you said this, because that's something I don't like. He says he has no life. Come on, man. That is his life. He likes that shit,
Well, no, I mean, it's like, I mean, obviously, whatever he probably does, his work life it allows him the amount of time to kind of to have fun and play video games, which is great.
I mean, I wouldn't spend 6,000 hours a year playing video games, but if you told me I could spend 6,000 hours watching anime, I would say fuck yeah.
You probably have spent that much time watching anime.
Nah, not last year.
Yeah, you know. Oh, by the way, people in the chat actually were giving him mad respect. Yeah, my man Pai Khan or Paiku Han. You already know, son. You know,
a real way.
Yeah, no. But shout out to Michael, man. That's
man.
That's respect.
Yeah,
right
that's pretty crazy. Like, yeah. I only wish I had that much time.
I'm a fucking game reviewer. I don't. You know, you're touching this guy.
No, man. Like,
we all bow down, man.
Look at the amount of time that your things that you know, like the time that you gave. You know, I mean, what do you? It was like you would think that you would play a lot more, but you don't.
No, I don't, man. I play what I need to and get the fuck out. Actually, hold on. Did my man post? Oh, he just posted screenshots. I want to like see like how many like his trophy count. That's what I want to know. I'll hold on. I actually do tell you his trophies. Oh, that's just for first person shooters though. So I don't count.
He seems to be all in the first person shooter realm.
Yeah, well, yeah. Rainbow Six Siege. You know, again, one of those games where it bombed basically at launch, and now it's fucking huge. You know.
Well, you know, huge, you know, Ubisoft is as good at the late save. See, they're playing the long game.
Yeah, exactly. And I know, Brett, you don't think it's going to. I think that stupid pirate game is going to be one of those games. I think it's going to fucking bomb when it comes out, and then a year later it's going to be huge. You know.
What are they going to add to it though? Is the problem?
Land, like going on the land. I don't know.
Dude, but see, that's the thing is that, like, I understand. There's a difference between releasing a game that's a skeleton of what it should be, and releasing a fully fleshed just the head. You know, like you can add on muscle and flesh. You can't really add on fucking a whole body. I mean, maybe you can, but that game is just, it's going so strictly for like the MOBA crowd, and I'm convinced that its entire existence is just them misunderstanding what people like about MOBAs. Like, people like pirate ship battles, and you know, that's been real successful in the Assassin's Creed series. And they like MOBA thing, so we'll just give them, you know, 16 different ships that they can pick from, and it's not really it's not going to have the same appeal, I don't think.
Yeah, we'll see. Again,
it's going to be their Brink.
Maybe you know. Again,
Brink.
Oh, that's some.
Man,
that's a word. I figured say to the face.
Yeah, I'm just going off the past because I played the game. I'm like, okay, it's fun for 15 minutes, but that's it. You know,
that's what everybody else is going to say. And then they're going to be like, you know what I'd really like to do? Go on land. And they're like, oh, so pretty much completely changing the mechanics, or at the very least ripping out a bunch of code from Assassin's Creed and awkwardly jamming into there so that you can, because you can, it's not like you can just even run around your ship. Like, they don't have character models. They don't have locomotion or animation for character models. You're talking about adding 80% of a game because the 20% that's there looks like it might be where, I mean,
yeah, they're not doing that. You and I both know they're not adding that shit.
No.
You know, it's gonna. But again, I'm just going off history. You know, Rainbow Six Siege, For Honor, and there's probably another one I'm missing. There, it's like Ubisoft has a track record for this. It's amazing. You know.
Yeah, but those games were actually decent concepts. Is the difference?
That's true. But the thing is, ship-on-ship battles is not a bad concept, though.
It is when you're locked into the ship.
Yeah, that's true, because you can't even board the other guys, you know?
Correct. Yeah, and that's the most fun of Assassin's Creed. And, like, honestly, it would be way more fun if they kind of ripped off from Sea of Thieves, and they're like, you know what? You and 3 of your friends can man a ship, and then one of you can, like, sail it, and the other one are running around doing cannons and trick shots and things like that. And you can board other ships and things and stuff. Like, that would have been actually kind of cool.
Glorious War says... Yeah, sorry, Brett. Glorious War says they do have character models now. But to be fair, when I played it and when Brett read about it, they did not have them. You know, it's getting that out there. Anyway, sorry, Brett. Just had to throw it out there. You know, we don't want to throw.
Maybe it's early enough in development that they could, you know, kind of like steer it towards that before release. But I'm pretty sure that they're just going to be like, everybody likes ship battles, right? And people are like, well, yeah. I mean, that's like saying, you know, everybody loves mashed potatoes. Like, sure, on the side when there's a bunch of other stuff, but like, you can't just give me a bowl of mashed potatoes and be like, be grateful. And I'm Irish, so I love potatoes. I'm just saying.
That's a great, like, fucking way of putting it, though. It's like, yeah, mashed potatoes are the fucking shit, but that's not a main meal.
I just want to say, you can't do that for mashed potatoes, but for me, you can do that with mac and cheese.
mac and cheese is a whole different beast.
Oh man, I'm fucking hungry now.
Go to Whataburger and get that Whataburger. Let's go.
Man, I wish.
That's crazy.
What I do find funny though is, have you noticed that between Sea of Thieves, whatever the jackasses from Ark are trying to do, and this game, that there appears to be some sort of idea of this game that they're trying to achieve. Like this nebulous idea that multiple developers are grabbing for. Does anybody else see this happening?
It is called the ultimate pirate game. They're all trying to create it.
Shishar.
What's weird is they all kind of seem to have a generalized idea of what
if you decided to combine every single pirate game into one game? That is the game that will be the ultimate one.
The ultimate one is Black Flag, and everyone knows it. It's been
not
done.
A pirate game.
That is a pirate game.
Black Flag is the shit.
That is.
Pirate game is Assassin. That's an Assassin's Creed game.
And I feel
by name, but it's not. It's
to me the boat battles in every subsequent game have not been as good as they were in Black Flag. Man, Black Flag is so fucking good. You know,
wasn't that the same team that did Odyssey?
Yeah, but in Odyssey they ain't got no fucking cannons. You know, when you splinter the fucking side of the ship. Oh man, that was crazy.
Awesome.
I may have to go back and actually check out Sea of Thieves, because like, I'll be honest, the ship handling in that, and like all the different mechanics of how you raise the sails and aimed your cannons, the fact that you had to do all of the shit yourself, like I actually really liked the bones of it. And if they've added a bunch of stuff, from what I read, interestingly enough, literally it sounded like somebody listened to this podcast, took all the shit that you guys were talking, wrote it meticulously down, and then went back and had that shit made and or fixed.
Yo, these motherfuckers was talking shit, man. Fix it now. That's what happened behind the scenes. You heard what they said, man. They heard loose feelings, man. Fuck that. Put that in the game.
I'm mad.
I'm mad.
So I'm curious. I might actually go back and revisit it and see what they've done to it.
Yeah, go check out what Summer G is doing right now, man. Oh, Jesus. All right, man. We're going to end this fucking show, man. We'll be back on Sunday. You already know. I don't think we have anything special to say. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll stream some fucking games for you, man. We'll see what happens. I got new shit. All right, so thank you for watching and listening. Subscribe to Throwdown on SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube. Follow us on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook at Throwdown Show. Links are located in the description below. Once again, I'm your host, Tony Polanco. Tonight was joined by Emilio Lopez.
See you later, guys.
Carlos Romero.
Peace.
Brett Murdoch.
It's been real.
Adam Vale.
Yep, have fun. And this is WrestleMania weekend. So, yeah, guys, Coalition, check out WrestleCast tomorrow. It's good. Now that I think about it, it will be pretty long because we also have to talk about the NXT pay-per-view. So, if you guys are not caught up on wrestling and all that stuff, that's fine. We'll just give you the rundown of what's happening at this big pay-per-view.
Yeah, just make sure you're finished by the time we do throw on your questions, man. You know?
Yep. Right. Yep.
And Brian Manjoma.
Honestly, I thought that Manny would do his outro in a pirate voice.
Okay, Manny, do your outro, man.
I'll be seeing you over the high seas.
All right, guys, we'll see you, man. Later.
Ladies.
Peace.
Peito grande.